Alex, the title of your speech is My Dad, Fred.
Okay, so the title of my speech today is Fred Stevens, who is my dad, and you may or may not know him. So today I will tell you everything that I know about him in 7 short minutes. My dad grew up in a small town and he moved around a lot. He started out in the middle of California, moved down Riverside, and that's where he spent his high school days, and then he went to college. He went to Ambassador College, as I'm sure many of you know. From there, he spent a lot of his time there. He went to school. He worked as a janitor, and he even worked as a butler for Mr. Armstrong. You may or may not have known that, but he did do that. He had a lot of fun growing up, I think, because he's a lot of fun now. He has a very talkative, outward personality. If you go up to say hi to him, you won't be talking. You will be listening very shortly. He's definitely a people person. He is the member of our family that makes us stay after church for over the normal amount of time, because he's always talking to someone, and there's always something new to talk about. It is. My dad is the kind of person that really likes to be around people and likes for people to be around him. He tries to be humorous at times. I joke. He's actually a very funny person, and in fact, he uses a lot of the things that he learned in speech club in college in his life outside of college. For example, on the way over here, I was doing the tongue twister day, so I asked him if I could practice in the car, and he actually helped me make up another tongue twister that I might use in the future. Vicariously, the vivacious viral video vilified vices with various visual views and found favor with its very virtual viewers. So my dad is the kind of outgoing person that will remember all of that and still put it to use. We go to New Hope Christian Fellowship, and my dad really likes to get involved there. He likes to get involved in pretty much everything he does, actually. I started doing music in high school, and he got a jacket, and he's there sometimes more often than I am. It's very funny. My dad has worked at various different places. He's held several different jobs. I'm not even sure what exactly he's done, but he worked at accounting at the church, and then he switched and worked at his job at Kaiser Permanente, where he had a very stressful job, and so he actually quit his job, and so now he's looking for one. It's a very interesting process, and it's very interesting to see how his trust in God has allowed him to step out in this time when we're not exactly sure what's going to go on, economically at least. If I were to describe my dad in a few short and simple words, I think I would describe him as outgoing, incredibly friendly, someone who is very faithful and very religious and as someone who is a very loving person and he loves to be around you, I strongly suggest that you go talk to him if you have the chance and if you have the time. So that is, in a nutshell, the very outline of who my dad, Fred Stevens, is.